Here's something many Java beginners miss. The return keyword does two critical things at once, not just one. Let's break down what return really does in a method. First and most importantly, return sends a value back to whoever called the method. Think of it like a delivery service. When you call a method, you're asking it to do some work. The return keyword is how that method hands you the result. For example, if you call a method named calculateSum with two numbers, the return keyword delivers the sum back to you so you can use it in your code. Without return, the method would do the calculation, but you'd never see the answer. But return does something else crucial. It immediately exits the method. The moment Java sees a return statement, it stops executing that method right there. Any code after the return line won't run. This is super useful for early exits. If you're validating input and find a problem, you can return early and skip the rest of the method entirely. Now here's the rule. The value you return must match the method's declared return type. If your method signature says it returns an int, you can't return a string. If it says Boolean, you must return true or false. Java enforces this at compile time, so you'll catch type mismatches before your code even runs. What about void methods? These don't return any value, but you can still use the return keyword by itself to exit early. Or you can just let the method reach the end naturally. Both are valid. You'd use return in a void method when you want to stop execution early, like when checking conditions at the start. Let's see this in action. Imagine a method called isEven that checks if a number is even. It takes an int parameter and returns a Boolean. Inside, we check if the number mod2 equals 0. If it does, we return true. Otherwise, we return false. Notice how return both gives us the answer and ends the method. Once we hit that first return true, we're done. The method exits and the caller gets their Boolean result. So remember, return sends a value back to the caller and immediately exits the method, all in one keyword. Master this, and you'll write cleaner, more predictable Java code. Practice writing methods with different return types and see how return shapes your logic flow. Ready to practice for your next interview? Interview Mentor lets you answer real questions just like this one. After each answer, you get a detailed grade and personalized tips to improve. Watch your scores climb as you keep practicing.